Act, we're in. Act.
You a vulgar one. I can see it in your face.
Some Bexling post is your boss here. I clean that his account of the Vivaldi's bank.
What's the hurry, Mudbreed?
Not a blowing thanks a place to anyone.
Let's see. We were doing dandelions.
Mug like that.
Oh,
Uh,
The eternal.
Polly, everything all right?
dandelion.
Open up!
What's the ruckus about?
Polly and her half-brained fiance. They're fighting. She's the only one in this town who knows anything about choreography, and that lummox won't let her work for me. Hold on. What are you doing here? We were gonna meet at the Rosemary.
We were, but you didn't show. Priscilla started to worry, so I came to see how you were doing.
Priscilla started worrying about me? That's
Aw.
so nice.
Less for her than for you, I'm sure. So let's get back.
Did you not hear what's going on in there? We've got to help Polly. Why do beautiful women always end up with such dicks?
No idea. Stand back.
I
I'll break the
mean-
door down.
Wait, do we have to
Hello.
destroy her house?
All good.
She keeps a spare key around here somewhere.
How about the spare key?
How would you know she keeps a spare key around here?
It's not as if we started working together yesterday. Before Polly joined forces with Hubio,
You'd visit her? Often?
I'd hide out here while Priscilla and Polly rehearsed at the Rosemary and Thyme. They worked on the dance numbers I composed.
So, Polly's not one of your...
I never mix business and pleasure.
The one exception being Priscilla.
Who you were just saying is worried about us. So enough of the chatter and start looking.
The kitties have still not left me. Doesn't help that I'm already working again. Not much.
Fine. Let's find the key.
He likes what little beard I have.
Damn it. Now where would she leave?
Not here.
Not in the obvious.
Not here.
Oh, got it.
Ah, the key.
Ah. Knock knock.
Whoa! What the devil's this? Get out of my house!
Watch it, and leave the woman alone.
What the? She's my betrothed.
But I'm not your property.
I love her. I'll not let her sway her ass in his brothel.
Whoa, slow down there a minute. This is clearly one gigantic misunderstanding. One I can clear up in the blink of an eye.
Shove your excuses up your ass. Sod off, or I'll split your skull.
My friend asked you nicely, so please be courteous in return and hear him out, or we'll settle this another way.
All
You
right.
don't want to take on a Witcher,
So-
bud. Do it.
Rubio, right? Polly's told me so much about you.
Yo.
She said you're erudite and have an open mind.
You said that. Well, There's a truth to it. My mind's the open salt, but its open saltedness ends when my betrothed starts wagging her ass around brothels. Get out of here, both of yous. Polly's not going anywhere.
A man's sex name.
Let him finish. There's no brothel involved.
You see, friend, Geralt just hit the nail on the head. For what you have there is the old publicity placard.
Old?
Very. From a time when my establishment was under different management. I, however, would never let any indecency take place in my cabaret. My very reputation precludes it.
No,
What's all this
never.
about?
Your betrothed is a first-class artiste, and I want to offer her a position worthy of her talents. She's to be my choreographer, and that in turn means she'll receive a share of the proceeds from every performance she choreographs.
You mean to say coin?
And fame. No flirting required. You
I mean,
have
she
my
would have
word.
gotten coin if she were wagging her ass in the brothel, but like...
Suppose. In that case.
I knew you'd agree.
It's settled then. See you at the Rosemary, Polly.
Well, I'm off.
Thing on my hand.
I'll catch
on
up
the
to you.
controller. No, don't put your foot on the controller. That.
Whew. Never expected that to go so well.
This is what I'm dealing with. Back down. Kind of. More like a hindrance. I'm currently bicep curling my cat. Dummy lad. Say hi, Toby. Turn him over the curve. Probably not. Ouch. He's a very loud purr, but I don't think the mic picks up on it very well because I have that. Found something. I don't know. It's to noise gate. I have the noise. So that's why. That's also why typically you won't. I mean, you shouldn't hear my game, and why I don't have to wear headphones. But also why I have to be like this fucking close to the mic.
You handled it well, Dandelion. Man was putty in your hands once you called him erudite.
In negotiation, as in combat, the key is to find your opponent's weak spot and exploit
Now
it
you're
to
just
the hilt.
standing. What are we doing?
So, time to head back?
I've still got to stop by Rotlegs. Commissioned some new placards from him a while ago, but Hubio came across the old version. Plowing artists got some serious explaining to do.
Of course he does. My man doesn't wear that outfit without having big dick energy. And with the skills to prove it. He also doesn't have this many ladies in his repertoire for no reason.
Who's Rodlick?
Never heard of him? Hank Rotlick, famous portrait artist?
Commissioned a portrait artist to paint your placards?
Henry's an old friend, needed the coin. And I decided we needed new placards to promote the opening performance. Seats won't fill themselves, you know.
I'm gonna be honest, very ironic that I'm dealing with this this mission as soon as I come back from Chicago because I had a very gay weekend. I had a very gay weekend in Chicago. My friend, turns out, lives in the, like, gay really LGBT portion of Chicago. Like, it's just gay bars, clubs, vintage shops, corner stores, up and down the blocks, and some bathhouses. Ouch, 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 ouch. I just clicked the claws. How are they that sharp on? And it was all walkable too, so like, you know. Nothing like walking down Boys Town, Chicago. Literally the name on the micro.
I'll go see Rotlick. You head back to the Rosemary, or Priscilla will have my head.
Really? You'd go?
No, said that for the hell of it.
I will say I'm
Tell me where
very
he
sad.
lives.
So apparently,
Portside.
See you
despite
soon.
our Scandinavian roots up here in Minnesota, ours, I'm not part of that, but despite the Scandinavian roots up here in Minnesota, there's only like one bathhouse in the entire, and like bathhouse slash sauna, I guess, in that we know of, or that I know of at least, that's in Duluth. And well, I guess there's like a couple more that have popped up, but they're mostly like what do you call it? Spas and stuff like that, which close, but not really in the spirit of the Scandinavian winter culture, which is, you know, obviously a hot sauna and then, you know, jumping in the fucking but they got rid of them, or like they banned them in the 80s because of since gay men used bathhouses, saunas, and stuff like that as places to meet up. And so they were banned in the 70s due to HIV prevention laws. And those laws are still, unfortunately, in place. Even though they, you know, our methods of tracking HIV and, like, preventing it, and, you know, our understanding of it has changed drastically. And the numbers have dropped. It was the fatality. They have not revoked that. And I'm so sad. Because, honestly, I want one here so bad. Gay shit aside, though, it was relaxing as fuck. Giant, massive, massive hot tub. Don't think about what's in it. Just enjoy it. I did tell my friend. I was like, I don't know. Besides the chlorine, I don't know what they put in that hot tub. But like, my skin's never
Storm, damn it.
felt smoother or whatever afterwards. Like, I was honestly shocked at like how smooth and shiny my skin was after spending all this time in the hot tub and everything like that. My friend was like, please do not tell me that with the idea of what is in that hot tub. A gym, which was I told him.
Looking for Rotlick.
You
A-
ain't
a
alone.
chowder is a
Damn
nice
halfling's
word.
in debt to half the city, but I'm here to scrape mine for the carcasses.
Yeah, it had a hot tub,
There's not enough for everyone,
showers,
so bugger off.
like hot
Feeding
sauna,
times first come,
like dry
first served.
sauna, steam room. God, I don't know how anybody survives a steam room longer than 30 seconds. I don't know. Like, I was in there for maybe 10 minutes. And that was... I would have left sooner. Let's put it that way. I probably would have left sooner if I was not busy. So... but it is so oppressive. You walk in and you're like... I can't breathe. There's just steam in my lungs. Help. Yeah, take that as you want. But you couldn't see more than a foot in front of you. It was crazy how dense that steam was. You walked in and instantly you are wet. You are damp. It is there's water dripping down you like immediately. You're just like, holy hell, this is worse than the Amazon. This is, the humidity is off the charts. I'm practically drinking water. It is so hot in there. And they, rightfully so, they have like the best, they have a couple of water fountains everywhere, but they have like the ice cold, like very, like the best working one in there. And it's like, yeah, understandably, because I walk in, I'm like, I gotta take some big old gulps of this water before I walk in here, because otherwise I'm gonna like sweat to death. And the hot sauna is nice too, but they do have an entire gym up on the like 3rd floor, something like that, which is really cool. Would totally be down to go to a gym at this a place like this, but alas. But I've heard apparently that that one is one of the best in the country, if not the best in the country. So glad I got it. Just sad there's or anything similar to that. Chicago was made for the game. I know. It's crazy. The portion of like my hometown in Tennessee is growing. I think it's, I don't know how many. That's because I was just talking about it. Like, I don't know, because I was talking to one of my coworkers and they were like, oh, a small town. I'm like, well, I wouldn't call it a small town anymore. Like, when I grew up, it was. We didn't even have access to the highway. Like, when I was born. And probably for the first, like, I don't know, 10 years. And then it has grown exponentially. I don't care about Clarksville. Oh. It's probably... I drastically underestimated when I was talking about it earlier. Oh my god, I was off by like 100,000. We are, let's see, 2026, a population of 168,000. So it was definitely smaller than that when I was younger. Significant. It's grown. I forget how many, the percentage. It is one of the fastest growing, in the country. But because it's south of Nashville. Clarksville's probably the other. But anyway, so I come from a town of 168,000. It's the South. So, and I mean, I went obviously to like Nashville and stuff like that and around those areas. So like Middle Tennessee, which is probably somewhere around the 500,000 or something like that. But to have them in like that the density, right? Like I think the furthest I ever traveled to hook up with somebody in Tennessee was hour and 20, I think. Hour and 20? Out in the fucking boonies, man. Out in the middle on a farm you didn't even own. God. Definitely glad that turned out okay. But right, so like density's not very high. Definitely have to travel out. I don't know what the percentage of that probably 500,000 people in that area is. Yeah, I definitely walked in Chicago. But like the percentage is what's crazy. I mean, and the only time I ever really did a lot of like events, mostly because of scheduling problems, was like for Pride Week and stuff like that. So like 2 years, I think the last year I was in Tennessee, I actually did go to Play, which is like the big gay club. Honestly, the only club in Nashville, which is crazy. Pause for a second. there is a single club in Nashville. A single one. That's even worth visiting. All right? And it's Play. And it's a gay club. Everything else is honky tonks. Like, everything else. Play's honestly nice. Play's is actually is a nice place. The reason why it's so shocking to me that it's like the only one is, one, it's the South. So like, why don't we have a straight like club? I mean, I guess maybe clubbing culture just ain't it, but like, there's one club and it's the gay club. Like, everywhere else is honky tonks. And like, I get, well, I mean, I know there's like, there is definitely, like stuff in like back rooms and stuff like that in other places. But so like when one of my friends was coming, and he identifies as bi, but like isn't into like the gay scene. Like it just ain't about it, which I totally get. You know, like you either vibe with it or you don't. And so I was trying to find us a place to go because I was like, well, do you want to go to a club? And he was just like, I mean, show me what you got. And I'm like looking in Nashville because he was like, well, I don't want to go to Play. I don't want to go to the gay club. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's a nice club. We don't even have to go, like, if you're not into the drag queen thing, they have a whole separate dance floor that does not include drag queens, and it's a nice club. But sure, that's fine. We can find somewhere else. Didn't find a single fucking place. Could not find. I was like, have I been in the dark this whole time? Is there no fucking straight club in Nashville? Am I like, what is, everywhere was line dancing, honky tonks, like that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, that's not what we want to do. We want to go to a club, like, not line dancing. Thank you. So, anyways, that was a sidebar. Still shocking to me. I mean, there's also no club in Murfreesboro, again, hometown, home of MTSU. Like, Middle Tennessee State University, there's like almost no bars, and there's no clubs. Genuinely, there's zero nightlife in Murfreesboro, which is shocking for a university town. No, genuinely, like I fuck the South, man. They're so lame. Fucking, it's the devil, man. I don't know. But like, there's no night scene in Murfreesboro, despite being one of the largest colleges in the state, if not the largest college in the state. And then I think it's the largest college in the state. It's bigger than Vanderbilt. And well, does UTC and UTK count? As one, or is that, I don't know. But yeah, basically, like all the debauchery is happening, like. All the debauchery is happening at the Sam Davis home. No, I'm not gonna joke about that. Nope. God. So it's all happening on the boats in the lakes at Center Hill and at not Table Rock. What is the name of that fuck? But yeah, no, it absolutely crazy. But yeah, so anyway, I'm used to less, yeah, basically, I'm used to less, dense, populations of gay people. And even then, because Play's the only fucking club, there's a lot of straight people. I get it. Y'all want to have a good time. There's no fucking club for you. I understand. But I swear to God, it ain't for you. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other like gay scene there too. Like there's like 3 gay bars. They're all associated with like with play. Like they're all associated. There's like 3 bars. They're all different. Like, so it's kind of an interesting, weird nightlife in Nashville. I swear. Not that there's much to do there anyway. It's still, the answer is still honky tonks. If you ever want to know what you can go do in Nashville, you go visit the Grand Ole Opry, you go see the Opry Mills, and then you go maybe to the Opry Mills Hotel, and at least in the winter, and go check out the giant botanical, in like the hotel's a botanical garden, so it's cool, I guess. You go do that, you go to the Country Music Hall of Fame, you go down to Nash Vegas, which is the downtown strip, which is just honky tonks and bars by country music stars, or not. I mean, there's also Justin Timberlake's restaurant, which is actually, it's very good, very exclusive. Went for, I will never go again because it's so expensive. I know, it's crazy. And then it's like, that's it. That's all you get to do is oh, and then maybe you can go to Bridgestone. But you know what's crazy is there's like not a lot. This is turning into a rant about Nashville. The craziest part about Nashville's like scene in terms of like things to do, right? Apart from the Grand Ole Opry, which is almost exclusively used for country music and like rock and roll, and you know, and stuff like that, like those sorts of genres. The only other venue that most of these artists go to is the Bridgestone Theater, or Bridgestone Arena, which is where the Predators play. And yet, if you look at any fucking tour date for almost any musician, I guarantee you they will not have Nashville on that fucking list. It will be Atlanta. Or definitely just not anywhere in Tennessee. It is crazy to me that we are the, like, music city, right? Like, you know, the big hub. And yeah, not even Memphis. I mean, sometimes they'll have Memphis, like, but it is crazy that, like, they will just skip Tennessee altogether. And, like, I get it. Atlanta's 3 hours away. It is doable. But why are you skipping Music City? I'm just asking. Like, it is like almost every single like artist I've ever had any interest in going was always in Atlanta and never in Nashville. And it's not even just like the stuff that I like. I know my sisters have had issues with it. Like, it's always fucking it. I don't want to go to Atlanta. I don't like Atlanta. It stresses me out. Traffic there's terrible. Although, fun fact, Nashville ranked the worst commute in the country, worse than Atlanta, in 2023, I think. And I don't know if it's been beaten yet. And that's because at least Atlanta has their ratchety metro system. But they have a metro system. We don't have, or Nashville don't have shit. They got nothing. I lived there for 30 years and I found out recently that there actually is a working train in like the top part of like there's a train that goes to like along the river, the oh my god, fuck. God help me. Fucking. The Cumberland, Jesus Christ. I couldn't remember the Cumberland River. At the Nash Vegas Strip, which is again is the downtown, like is Broadway. It you know, it goes all the way to the Cumberland River. At the base of the Cumberland River is, or like at the end there, is a very, very tiny train station, apparently, that services a train that runs to the northeast of Nashville and has a total of like 5 stops. And it runs at 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. And that is the most of the public transit that we have in Nashville. We apparently do have a bus system now. I'm sure we did it like the whole time, but like fucking nobody knows where it, like they recently improved it. Like I know that they just put in a new station, but fuck if I know where that bus system goes, because like they don't advertise shit. They hardly ever, like it's not great. It's putting a band-aid over a fucking open wound. Like just one more lane, guys. Just one more lane. Just one more lane, guys. It's fine. We'll just expand 24 like for the 50th time. It's fine. Just one more lane on 24 when, you know, we take when they expanded 440. You know how long it took for them to expand 440? 6 years. That's right. I did that through my entirety of high school, and it still was not finished 2 years after I graduated. Motherfuckers can't build shit in Tennessee. Just one more lane, guys, though. That'll fix it. Honestly, so because I took the train to Chicago, Amtrak sent me a survey. Amtrak sent me a survey about like how my trip was. And I'm like, I'm so glad you asked, Amtrak. You asked the right person. You ready for my paragraphs of critiques? But they are all, it is all out of, it is all entirely out of love. Like, well, don't get me wrong. There's definitely, at least they were working on it. It's worse in Tennessee because they talk about it. There have been plans, supposedly, in the works for expanding Thompson Lane in Murfreesboro, which is one of the mainline roads. Like, it is one of the busiest roads in Murfreesboro. It has been like one of the main roads in Murfreesboro the entire time. They have been talking about expanding Thompson Lane since I was 5. So they've been talking about it and planning it and budgeting for it for 25 years. And have they even broken ground yet? No. Yeah, give me this Chinese century, please. Please give me the Chinese century. I beg for infrastructure. And it definitely depends on where it is. Like, you know, as far as, I don't know where the big dig was in Boston or how much it affected everything. The expansion of 440. Oh, I sat in traffic after school 2.5 hours. I had to leave at 5:45 in the morning to get to school for 4 years. Because if you didn't, you would be an hour late. Anyway, but I was always an hour early. If you left later than that, you were an hour late. If you left on time, you were an hour early. But anyway, so Amtrak asked me, gave me a survey, and they're just like, how would you rate everything? Look, conductors, fantastic, very nice people, loved the conductors. They were very helpful and very apologetic when some of the stuff was just out of their control, which I totally understand. Gotcha. I mean, to be fair, everyone's annoyed with every bit of construction. Like, shout out to Kentucky, who's been working on expanding 24 and rerouting 24 for the last probably like 5 years. Love getting rerouted off of a fucking main highway that services like a good chunk of the eastern seaboard. And love getting rerouted onto a 2-lane back ass like road with all these fucking 18-wheelers. My trip from St. Louis went from 5 hours to 9. I love that. Okay. just bad timing, terrible timing. But they've been working on that fucking a horrible scenario. I was so pissed because I'm literally sitting. I am parked. I am parked on the highway. Like, we have not moved in an hour. Like, we are parked. I am not on the brake. We have shifted into park. Horrible experience. Definitely worse than the time that we also had that happen on our way through Chattanooga, and there was like some fucking disaster that caused everything to screech to a halt. But I was also on like a school trip, so you have a bunch of high schoolers that are parked on a highway that hasn't moved in an hour, and we have costumes, like a gorilla suit. So we at least entertained ourselves, I guess. And hopefully the other drivers, who knows? But so I loved the ease of the train. I just wish it was faster. I'm begging Amtrak to be faster. Like, it was so incredibly nice. I am so happy that I just had to get there half hour early. I presented my ticket, get on the damn train. I had a private room. All I have to do now is either, like, if I wanted to lay down in bed, which I did, expand out the bed and settle on in, or I could go to the breakfast car and I got a full breakfast for free. Then I could go back for lunch for free, and it was a full meal, like, not some airplane food shit. It was a full meal. I had a quesadilla, breakfast quesadilla. It was very good, with some potatoes. Yeah, it was good. It was like I said, breakfast quesadilla with potatoes, sour cream, all that kind of stuff. They had like some French toast. They had like on a croissant. They had omelets. They had like chicken and waffles. I mean, they had a good selection. Like they had a full menu. Like, they have a dinner menu with like drinks and shit. We weren't on it long enough for that, but they do. So yeah, and you have a server, so they come and they take your order. It's like I said, it's free of charge. It's great. You got a nice view on the only downside is you do have to sometimes sit with strangers. I mean, the people I sat with were very nice. We chatted quite a bit, but I was also just like, I haven't, for trips where I have to like get up that early, because the train left at 8:10, so I was gonna have to get up because I was taking the green all the way there, so I'm gonna get up an hour early. So I'm like, I'm not sleeping because I don't trust that I'm not gonna oversleep. So I go, so I hadn't really slept at all. So I'm like, I do want breakfast. I want to eat my breakfast, and I want to go back to my room, and I want to sleep on this train because it's 7 hours. So I'm just gonna go back and sleep. And unfortunately, you do, like I said, you do have to, sometimes they put you with strangers because there's only so many tables. And so I'm just like, it's nice to talk to you, but I am so fucking tired. I don't want to talk. I don't want to be social. I'm sorry. I just want to go back and sleep. But my main critique, besides the fact that it's fucking slow as hell, like 55 miles an hour, like, my main critique is that it is an outdated as fuck train. Like, America should be ashamed of themselves. These trains were built in the 60s and they have not seen an upgrade since. I gave them some things. I was like, look, if you at least, like, I'd be fine with the retro 60s, like, outdatedness if it was at least kept up and refurbished, maybe. And no, they did not have that, at least. But it, like, the carpet had not been changed. The drapes had not been changed. They were that thick ass, like, now granted, they did a good job of, like, keeping the light out and stuff like that when I wanted to sleep. But Yeah. But they had like the thick, like carpet bag, like dense, like material with like the paisley, like it, and they looked nasty. Um, I they yeah, I mean it's stiff. It'll block out the light, but it was so old. You could tell. It was just like, and you touch it and you're like, when was the last time these were cleaned? So like that was the main thing, was like like I said, the carpet too. Carpets were gross. Oh, I would not say absorbent. I would say, because this was like the it's made out of like that polyester, like almost satiny, like threaded material. So it like doesn't soak up shit. it's just dense. It's just thick. But it's definitely durable. I mean, it's lasted this long since the 60s. So, the seat cushions were at least, I mean, the upholstery was together, but it was, the old plasticky, stuff. Not the most comfortable is what it is. It's a train. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, this is going to be like a pillowy, it's also a seat, like it is what it is. But like, yeah, the inside of the car was, or of the room was very tight, which you expect for a roomette, because it's like 2 seat. It's like yeah. I hate Harry. I don't want to bring up Harry Potter anymore, but like, it's like those little cars that they have on the Hogwarts Express, except even smaller, to be honest, a little bit more narrow. So like if you had 2 people, it's definitely a tight fit. But like for me, I'm like, this is great. This is a fantastic size for like a single person. And you do have the 2 beds. You could have the bed up top, and if you want the seats down below, whatever, for storage. I just didn't want to bother with that, so I just stuck with the bed down on the floor, or on the seats turned into bed. Anyway, the most of the dials and buttons and things were no longer labeled. They were they either are faded to all get out, or they don't exist anymore. So didn't know what all of those were. There was not really any instructions or like guides or anything like that. They had like the emergency, like placard and packet and stuff like that, like you have on an airplane, but like no like how to turn on your AC, how to like which button calls the attendant, what uses the lights, all that kind of stuff. Nope. There's no seat back pocket because there's no seat back. The seats in these roomettes face each other. So you have the cushions, like the cushions on the walls, and then so seat, wall, seat, and then you basically push those seats flat, and they slide out and meet together in the middle, and that becomes your bed. So there's no the placard thingy was like on the flip out table. Maybe. um I'll look up a Yes, they face like that. Although those seats honestly look nicer. They do face like that. They were maybe a little bit, no, about the same. So yeah, only the difference is like the backrests or whatever are attached to the wall. So like it's like the have like looking part here that would stay on the wall, and then this part of the cushion push slide down. The chairs, or like the seats that converted into the bed, there was not great instructions for how that works, and they hadn't been oiled in some time. So I actually was sweating by the time I had my bed flat because of how much effort it took for me to push it down. It was a very, like, it was crazy stiff. Like, it did not want to do that. So that was like, I did mention that as well. I was like, look, it is very obvious that this is a dated. It is very obvious. I couldn't tell what most of the buttons were. I'm pretty sure if that button controlled like one of the lights, the light didn't work. I don't know. I don't know what that button did. I pressed the button, nothing happened. So I don't know. The climate control in the rooms, not a lot of explanation. Don't know how it works. Don't know if I can control how much air. I was guessing on the dial for what was hot and what was cold. At first it was very warm in the room, so I turned it down to cold because I wanted to sleep, and I like sleep in the cold. And it was just very hot. And I turned it all the way down, woke up from my nap, freezing in there. And so I turned the dial back, and it didn't feel like it got any warmer. So I'm like, great. I don't know how to fix this. So like that was a lot of the issues I had in the room. The door also was a little janky to close, but it's fine. You definitely, though, it's not hard to lock, and it's nice to know that, lock your door and you can close the curtains and nobody will see you, and you can be by yourself. Fine. But that was the room that was how I got to Chicago. So on the Empire Builder, the Borealis, which was the one that I took on the way back, does not have any sleeper cars. It also does not have a dining car or like a lounge car or anything like that. So it does have a cafe, which the Empire Builder did have. But that means that there's no roomettes, there's no rooms, no nothing. So you have to sit in a coach seat, basically, or business class, but coach seat, which it wasn't terrible, but I don't want to sit in a coach seat for 7 hours and not have an option to also get a room. And I also don't like the fact that I have to sit in this coach seat 7 hours when I can drive for 6. Now, granted, I did mention it to Amtrak. I was like, look, like I said, this is a very long, like, I was putting it out there for Amtrak. I'm like, look, I love you guys. Like, I love trains. I want to support trains. I want this to be better, which is why I'm being very critical of y'all right now. So, I'm like, I'm telling you what people want, please. Look, we need the trains to go faster. Like, there either needs to be direct lines, like, with minimal stops in between. That's part of the reason why it's so slow. Also, the fact that it goes 55 miles an hour. And Amtrak just released that new train that came out. I think, where was it? Was it in Pennsylvania recently? Where they were just like introducing our new line that goes a staggering, I think it was another 55 miles an hour. And I'm just like, we're a joke. This is the joke of a country. Japan just released a train that goes 335 miles an hour. What are we doing at 55 miles an hour? This is a joke. Like, what are we doing? Our brand new train. What is this? The fucking 1930s? Like, what's happening? Dog, I'm pretty sure trains in the 1930s went faster than that. Why? Oh my god, it's so frustrating. So I'm just like, it needs to be faster. Like, I'm like, like, if you want a cross-country one, yes. Like, could you imagine actually using, like, the original... Oh, yay, so I can get to Chicago in the same amount of time that it would take me to drive. The point of it is supposed to be, like, it's supposed to compete with planes, which at the 335 miles an hour, it is competing with a plane. In fact, it's I think they stated that it's almost overtaking it at that point, especially with the ease of actually getting on the train. Like, you don't have all you don't have the same, like, time it takes to get on, like, and that's the thing is, like, at least on the train, getting on was so much easier than getting on a plane. Like, right, like, even if you're dealing with, like, the, like, ignoring the TSA bullshit, like, ignoring all of that, which is asking a lot, but ignoring all of that, you're now boarding the plane, right? You have your groups, your pre-boarding, your business class, your A, B, C groups, your family boarding, your military, whatever. You got all those fucking groups, right? Okay. You're lucky if you get on, you know, in a good group, right? Trains doesn't fucking matter. Just get in line. Get in line. Everyone's the same. Nobody pays any better to get on the train faster than anybody else. Doesn't fucking matter. That too. However, I'll do you one better because I'll get to that. So the everyone gets in line. Everyone's the same in line. There's no business class nonsense about like getting you don't get to cut in front of me because it doesn't matter. Because unlike on a plane, where it does matter, right? Because you want that seat in the front. You want to get as close to the fucking seat you want a fucking window seat or an aisle seat. You know, you don't want the fucking middle seat. You want to pick one so you don't have to sit with strangers. You want to get the seat that you want, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, no, they don't. As somebody who almost exclusively flies Southwest now, and they're about to make it more annoying, I guess. Well, so that's the thing. Southwest is, I guess that's, I'm basing this off of Southwest. That's why I'm saying, like, you do it to try to get into the good seat. So Southwest is ABC group boarding, whatever, and that's going to determine, are you going to get the seat that you want? Otherwise, now they are rolling out, Southwest is no longer doing the open seating thing anymore. That's changing as of, I think, like next month. Like, so they're now doing, where you have to pick your, and if you want the seats in the front, so hold on. Open seating is faster than assigned seating, for sure. But it gets worse because fuck you, Southwest. Not only are you now charging me when you weren't charging me for my checked bag. Now I have to pay for a checked bag. It's no longer a free checked bag. However, I do know how to game the system. I know how to get a free checked bag. Anyway, the point is that you are most likely going to be on an entirely full flight, and I almost guarantee you that they always planned on. Well, so because now nobody wants to pay for the fucking checked bag, everybody's doing on carry-on, doing carry-ons and stuff like that, which means there's not enough carry-on space. So you assume that you're going to be a carry-on, and then eventually when they're just like, our flight is full, we need volunteers for free to check your bag. I got you. I'm coming. So, there's only a few times where I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. Like, I need my bag with me. But most cases, especially if I'm like going home, I'm like, nope, I'm checking that shit for free. I ain't worrying about that. Just give me my backpack. But so not only do they charge me for the check bag, not only do they do that now, but now you have to race for the ABC, boarding situation. You have to click it as soon as it turns to that minute, and hopefully you'll get into at least B. You're not going to get an A. Priority board. At least B. Get a good number in B. That's good. Good number in B. C sucks, but you get a good number in B. Okay. If you want a better one, you pay $25 per flight. Get the early bird. All right, that's up to you if you want to pay that amount. If you want to make sure that you absolutely get a good one, that's not gonna fucking matter anymore, to be honest, with your assigned seating. But so now, if you want like to get on that plane fast, you pay for the early bird. That's $25. And now, if you want a good seat, like if you want in like the first 15 rows, you now have to pay like $25 to $75 extra per fucking seat, depending on where you want to sit. Southwest, your days are fucking numbered. Fuck you. Especially after you cancel my last flight. I mean, I got my money back, thank God, but after I had to yell at y'all for it because, like, you try to say that I canceled my flight. Motherfuckers, I didn't do shit, but I did get my money back. Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely, like I said, it depends on checking my bag. For the most part, like, if I'm going on a big vacation, like, out in the middle of fucking nowhere, which I usually, like, if I'm taking my vacations, it's usually out in the middle of nowhere. I really don't want to check my bag, but usually I have to have enough stuff that I do. That always stresses me out, because if I end up, like, in the middle of fucking nowhere, without stuff, that's a different. However, if I'm, like, flying home to Tennessee, and they want to check my bag and it gets delayed, all right, fuck it. I at least have, family or friends that I can borrow shit from, or like can help me go when we can get some cheap shit from, fast. But like, which I could do in another city, but then I gotta haul that shit home versus I can just leave it with them or whatever. Right? It's a little different. So, different circumstance. But yeah, fuck Southwest right now. I'm still irritated with them, but yeah. So now they're doing assigned seating. But when you get your boarding like number and you go and you're racing, like I said, you're racing for that good seat. You hope you get the good seat, and then you're packed in there like sardines, right? There's three per side of the row. And if you're unlucky like me, you usually get the old ass fucking Boeing planes. Which means that you have no fancy like tray table. You ain't got no like USB ports. You're riding raw, man. Like it's just good luck. Hope you brought an extra battery or something like that, or your phone's charged. And then you're usually more cramped in there. If you're lucky, you get the newer ones that have like the fancy shit. Not as fancy as American Airlines. I will say I have flown American Airlines at least twice. I didn't pay for the tickets. Hell no, I'm not paying for those tickets. I'm spoiled now because their in-flight food is good, and they have say American Airlines spoiled me a little bit because it's such a small thing and yet it makes such a difference. They have little phone holders back of their headrests, so you put your phone in it, stays right there, and you don't have to hold it. So nice. Southwest, keep up. So but they install that, and then they're gonna suddenly make those seats an extra $15. So anyway, you're packed in there like sardines. You got the narrow ass fucking aisle, right? Like you're squeezing by people. Everyone's trying to get everything into the headrest up top as quickly as they can. It's stressful, right? Everybody's just we all want to take off. We all want to get going, right? We've been waiting here. We had to go through TSA. We had to do all that shit. Nobody wants to be like on this plane longer than they have to. They just want to get going, and then half the time you're also sitting on the fucking tarmac for another goddamn 30 minutes before you even take off. Especially in the winter. So, and then when you land, like there was, when I landed, when I was heading to Detroit, my flight landed in Chicago for a layover or like a connecting flight, because why would they go to Detroit straight? And so we landed, and we hadn't even reached the gate. We landed, and I was sitting on that tarmac for 45 minutes. My plane departed in 30. Lucky for me, the only reason I didn't miss that fucking plane is because the flight attendants on my plane happened to be the same ones that were going on that Detroit flight. So we were all stuck, thankfully. But otherwise, I would have had to get another flight. So anyway, half the time you're stuck there. Once again, here's why trains are so much better. One, no TSA. Great, fantastic. I can just take whatever I want on there. Don't worry about it. I know there are rules. You ain't checking though. Don't worry about it. So you get on. So you do that. Like I said, everyone's in line. You're the same. Doesn't matter. Now you've shown the ticket. He tells you what car you're going in. Great. You head down to the car. They are like, all right, head on in. Take a right. Take a right up the stairs. pick a seat or find your room if you know what room you're in, right? So, like I said, I'm in a room. I just go find room number 2. Great, fantastic. I'm in my room. I'm done. I'm on board, baby. This is it. Now I just gotta wait for the train to go. And then like, but in the case of like when I was sitting in coach, all right, because they have spaces for you to put your baggage in like the entryway of the car before you get to the actual seats. But when you get to the seats, they also have the overhead thing. So your aisle's like twice as wide. Plane. There's only 2 seats per row, per side of the row, and the seat not only reclines this far, I snap, but you also get a footrest. You can descend that footrest, and then you also have a tray table, and then you have plugs, like actual outlets. And then, if you're lucky and it's an updated train, you might have USB ports. But unlikely. But you have like actual like plugs, and then you have the overhead bin, and you can walk around on the train. You want to go sit in the lounge car? Go sit in the lounge car. You want to go to the cafe? Go get some food? Great. You want to go eat lunch? They have lunch. You want to just you gotta use the restroom? Cool. There's the restrooms down, up, down, wherever. You want to just stretch your legs? Go ahead, go do that. The only downside is that the climate control in those fucking cars are dog shit. Shout out to the conductor. I felt bad because I was like, hey, is there individual climate controls at all, like on an airplane? And he was like, no. Like it's not great in the car. And I was like, okay. And he was like, is it hot? And I'm like, it is hot. And he's like, okay, well, we're waiting for the electricity to come back on, but we'll get that started here as soon as we can. And I was like, okay, great. And as soon as like the air came on, he was like, is that better? And I'm like, it is. He's like, I can turn down more. And I was like, no, you're good. We don't need to freeze out the rest of the train. I appreciate it though, my man. Like, thank you. Yes. No more fasten seatbelt sign. No turbulence. Now, I will say, I mean, I got knocked over a few times on the train when I was in the bathroom. I was like washing my hands and suddenly, boom! Like we hit like a curve that like had me hit the fucking side of the wall. But that'll happen in an airplane too, so it's not any different. But no turbulence. Like you get a little rickety. But here's again, America. If we upgrade to maglev trains, like China and Japan, you don't have to worry about those fucking rickety ass rails. It's smooth, baby. There ain't no fucking rails to be ricketing on. I mean, there are rails, but you're the maglev train. So, like I said, I'm totally pro train. Could you imagine if we upgraded the original transcontinental railroad, like the actual one that's the belt of the fucking country? We upgrade that to a maglev train. You get from California to DC in like 2 hours. Like, could you imagine? Like, the technology is here. Why are we not doing that? It takes longer. Like, why are we not doing that? They talked about the high-speed rail that was going to go from Minneapolis down to Chicago, down through Louisville, that ran through Nashville and then hit Atlanta to Miami. Could you imagine? That's like, how many hours would it take? That's like a 28 hour like drive, I think. Like, no, that's longer than that. No, I think it's around there. It's like a 28-hour drive. 3-4 hours high speed. Minneapolis. I dream of a better world than what we live in. China, I'm coming. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no, I like I said, I gave Amtrak plenty of things to critique about. My main thing was just like, guys, we can do better. Like, China's outpacing us, Japan's outpacing us. Like, you can clearly see that like they are, the technology is there. They can build them quickly. I don't know why America's so bad at it, apart from like red tape, red bureaucracy and bullshit and everything like that. But it can be done. We did it once. We can do it again. Like, fuck. But it's just something I had bad. I would take a train over any day. I would do it over driving. If I like, look, it's so nice that the green line's right here, so I can literally just take the green line all the way to Union Station, walk into the station, take the train. Like, I would never drive in my car outside of like local commutes ever. And I try not to even use it locally if I don't have to, except for like work. But like, I would never drive my fucking car again if I could, like outside of local commutes to other places if I didn't have to. If I could take a train, and then there was robust, public transit places. God, I dream of a world that will never exist. Anyway, it's funny because we started talking about Amtrak, but I originally was talking about the gay scene in Chicago. The original point I was going to make was the fact that the density in Nashville, or in that area, was like 500,000, the low population, percentage of out gay people in the South or whatever. And then you have here, which is exponentially, it's like 500,000 people, more than 500,000. How many actually? Let's see. Hold on, because I know what the sign outside of Minneapolis says. I want to know Minneapolis. One giant. Minneapolis is 428,000. St. Paul, so 700,000. So just under 1 million people, right? With a much higher density of LGBT people, like a lot more gay people in this area, especially here. So like that I'm not used to. It being a much bigger gay scene here. And still not having like all of the same things. And then going to Chicago that has a population of 2.8 million. I only know that because I looked that up when I went there last year. 2.8 million. And now I'm in like the gay section of Chicago. And I open up a gay hookup app. It's not Grindr. I open up a gay hookup app. And there's like 200 people within walking distance. I'm like, holy fucking shit. Too many, stop. No. That's too many people.
You're not gonna rob him.
Strange.
I didn't
don't
even
recall
go
asking your
to
permission.
the bathhouse at
Get
like
him, Fred.
peak hours. I mean, I definitely went during the Super Bowl.
You
Like,
regret this,
which was a good thing to do during the Super Bowl. They just go to the gay bathhouse Super Bowl, like. Well, we can all watch Bad Bunny on the flat screen while we all take a break from the hot tub. But I can't imagine what it's like on like peak holidays. Like Valentine's Day, I'm sure. And of course they have like theme nights. I didn't even go on like the trans man theme night. That's like.
Tell me what you want, damn it!
Placards.
There ain't no ploughing placards here.
And Rodlick, where's he?
Oh no! I
Same
don't know where it
place
cut
as
out though.
always. Vehicle butter state, losing his last crowns at the races.
See,
what was I
wasn't
saying?
that easy? Could have said so right away.
Oh, it's like every. I was just saying it's like it's every third Monday of the month or something like that. So I didn't go for that often. I will say it is a crazy experience. Going from, so like before I transitioned, because I was socially out, like, since I was, like, 18. I didn't get to transition until I was 26, which is partially why it's taking so fucking long for some of this shit to grow in. Before I transitioned, like, I didn't really date because I was so worried about, like, I had a very, I had a big misconception about, like, how gay men would feel about trans men in general. Like, I was of the opinion that, well, like, I don't have the parts that they want. Forgetting that, and this is, I stand by this now, whenever I have, people who are just like, oh, well, no, like, of course gay men wouldn't like trans men because, like, you know, they don't have a dick. Alright, I hazard you this. When you go to a bar, and you go to a gay bar, you assume everyone there is a cis man, right? You go there, and you see somebody sitting at the bar, and you're like, man, that person's attractive. I like that person. I'm gonna go talk to them. Did you get a look at their penis? Is that a thing that you saw? Is that what attracted you to them, or was it all of this? Is it the face? Is it the demeanor or whatever? Right? Like, that ultimately is what attracts people. Like, you can have a preference. I certainly do not fault any gay man that's like, I'm just not into it. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not offended. Like, it is what it is, right? Like, I'm bi. I do have a preference for dicks. Like, it is what it is. I'd much rather do stuff with dicks than I would with guys. But, like, it's one of those things where, like, so I don't care about that. But I definitely had the misunderstanding or the misconception that, like, that was like a standard, that like gay men would immediately be like, no. When in reality, if you look like a man, then they're going to be attracted. So going from like not dating at all and not hooking up with anybody for 10 years, and then like transitioning and going, you know, having top surgery, all that kind of stuff, and like actually feeling more comfortable and confident in my body and stuff like that, and then going to a predominantly gay space where everyone is naked, and like not feeling out of place is so crazy. And also massive ego boost. It is a crazy ego boost going. I mean, people are going for a reason, right? So, like, everyone's very chill if you say no. Everyone's very chill with your preference, whatever. Like, but it is a crazy ego boost. Going to one of these places and being very physically, obviously trans, and still getting a lot of attention. Crazy shit. So shout out to all the other trans men that are like worried about it. I promise you, they will like you. You may not always like them, but they will like you. The only downside is when you do encounter chasers. I will say, I think the funniest thing is one of the most annoying men I've ever met. Was like the first person I met at the bathhouse. It was.
Well, I'll have to place my bet.
He was a chaser. 100%. I was like, you're digging your grave. You're digging your grave so fast, my man. Wasn't my type. Didn't care. Was originally like, he came over and was like chatting with me. Whoops. I hit a button. Whoops. Was chatting with me, came up to me, was like expressing that he's interested, all that kind of stuff. Older man, not, you know, not, like I said, not initially interested. But I was willing to work with it. loosen me up, whatever, you know, like, get into how it works at this place. This man would not shut the fuck up. He would not shut up. He, like, it was the type of, like, he rambled. Like, nervous ramble. Like over-explaining to the point that it's like, you're making it worse, man. You're making it worse. Stop while you're ahead. Quit. Stop. I'm already agreeing to... Shut! Because he comes over and he's just like, I don't know what you're here for. I don't know, like, I mean, just, wow, just look at you, just, I'm interested, all this kind of flattering, thanks. But then he's like, you know, I'm like, I don't know what you're interested in, but, like, I'm what I would call rainbow sexual. Call it whatever you want, pansexual, rainbow sexual, whatever you want to do. You can refer to your sexuality however you like. However, if your first thing is to tell me that you're rainbow sexual because we're at a bathhouse, gay bathhouse, you have to clarify what your sexuality is. And then and you're clarifying specifically because you're pointing out the fact that I am trans. Like, without saying it, like, this is what you're getting at. You are implying that you have to specify your sexuality because you don't consider me a man who is also here to be gay as fuck. And on top of that, now you're going to talk about how you're divorcing your wife after 16 years and you have kids. Shut up. Stop talking. It just, and of course, and on top of that, he's like, hold on, I emulated it to my friend. Hold on, I sent her, I sent her a message. Where was it? What did I say to her? I was like, the only guy who was ever an issue was naturally the first guy that came up and he was divorcing his wife and kids, wouldn't shut up and tripped over himself like crazy. Like, I was hoping, I'm not gonna say what I was hoping I would shut him up, but no, he kept trying to explain his sexuality and it's like, dog, you're making it so much worse. Shut up, I'm bi, you're bi, you don't need to rant to me about how you're interested in everyone, including me and my parts, and just, ooh, wow, I don't know what you want, but whatever it is, I'm down, but I'm what you call rainbow sexual. Bro, shut up! I don't know, like, I was like, and then when I finally got rid of him, he kept trying to get me back to his room, while I was with other people, and it's like, go away, I'm busy! I said, nothing irritates me more than guys that are clearly chasers trying to make themselves sound better than others because they're rainbow sexual or whatever, when they just end up fetishizing me or othering me. Like, you don't have to explain. If you're into me, you're into me. I only care if you identify as straight. Like, if, like, yeah. Like, if you do, fuck off. If you don't, great, I'll work with you. Like, the guy is there because he is self-described as bi. Like, or, you know, rainbow sexual, whatever. He's just, I mean, he's older. He also probably doesn't know the term pansexual, to be honest. He's just, whatever. But he's trying to get across the fact that despite me and my unusualness, he is interested. Quit while you're ahead. I was already physically engaged with you, so shut up. Like, and it's not cute when we are doing things, and you mention you are divorcing your wife. Like, shut up! Learn to not speak. Learn to shut your mouth. I don't care. I am not like, and keep in mind, I would just like to point out, I was not supposed to be high at this place. I was definitely residually high still. So you're definitely not allowed to be. So was definitely still coming off of a double. So I'm still a little stoned. I am not speaking. Like, I'm just nonverbal at this point. Most people are nonverbal at this place. Nobody's talking. You're communicating with your eyes, and you looking and touching, right? Like that's kind of the whole point, is like, you do have to be prepared. People are gonna touch you, and you may not want them to touch you, and you just gotta tell them no. But you are going to get touched by people you probably don't want to be touched by. Although most of the time it's the looking, right? Like, you make eye contact, you get a little closer, but sometimes people, but like ain't nobody fucking talking at this place, man. Like, nobody's saying shit. I can barely hear you over the fucking hot tub anyway. But like, I'm not saying anything. I'm smiling. I'm like, yes, I'm making it clear we are good to go. I am giving the all clear. I am waving you down the runway. Let's go. Let's move on with the next steps. Shut up. Stop talking to me. Why are you still speaking? Also, I denied the room multiple times and he wouldn't stop asking. So it's like, also just taking note for it. Like, he was the only guy I ever had trouble with. Everybody else was very nice. Also, shout out, I guess without going in, it's impossible for me not to go into too much detail. Like I said, very gay weekend. Let's just leave, I won't go into too many detail. I'm in the dry sauna, and there's a man in there that is in defeat. I'm not. I'm negative. He the fuck out. Don't incorporate me in that shit whatsoever. Regardless, I'm just not looking. I don't like making eye contact anyway if I don't have to. So he's engaged with a massage. That's all. That's fine. I'm less grossed out by that. Still gross. Less grossed out. Whatever. That guy ends up leaving. So now he's looking for next. I happen to be sitting next. And I like wants to grab my foot. All right, whatever. Don't make me. Don't make me not working with that. He just wants to also do the same thing. Stop my foot. All right, I will allow that. That's fine. We can work with that. Feels nice. Again, older man too. This man, I mean, he was nice looking, but not compatible sexually that way. And I'm so sorry to whoever just walked into this conversation, because this is probably a TMI. So sorry, viewer. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled program in a second. This guy, like, massaging foot to leg to thigh. And then reaches. And immediately, like, reaches and just goes. Just straight. My response is just like, oh no! It looks like it's fine on my end, so I don't know, unless my internet's being stupid again, but according to OBS, it's fine. I don't know what you missed. I don't know what part of that description you missed. God damn it. Like, you you missed the punchline of the story. So yeah, I don't know what you asked. Can't you? You're in the way. Can't see anything. Oh, okay. I mean, fair enough. That's about it. Yeah. So, like, yeah, his face was just what was so funny was just the, but it was just the shock, and the surprise, and he just, I remember he like brought his hand back and then like just rested it on my, or like was like rested back on my knee and was like patting me like he was like just shocked, and he just goes, oh. And so I'm like, it's fine. I was like, if it's not what you were expecting, totally get it. I was like, you ain't into it, it's fine. And he was like, no, I just wasn't expecting it. I'm like, no, that's fair. So, it's probably the only time I fucking laughed in this whole place, when I was just like, his reaction was just very sincere, and I appreciate that he was shocked, but like, was not immediately like gross. He was just like, no, it's just, I just was not. Just because he definitely reached for something that was not there.
Rodlick, artist, painter, debtor, and martyr to my art, at your service.
But also, a lot of people are nice. I will say, shout out to
yes.
bi/gay
Tell him his
men.
placards are
A
done
lot
and
more,
safely
a lot
hidden away.
nicer than
Yet,
straight
alas,
men
I
when it
cannot
comes to
fetch
like
them. There's a group of
giving a
angry
shit about
creditors
you
that seize
during
my home.
and after. One
Think I might
guy
have run into one of them.
was like, when we were
Then
done,
you know my
he
predicament. And now Count de
when I
Louverdin has
had
offered me
mentioned
the
that I was
chance to
from
win it all back.
Minneapolis,
I'm to wager on a
and
race.
he was like, oh, like, and he was just like, I remember he just like looked me in the eyes and he was like, you are safe here, and I was like, thanks. Yes, it's scary there, but like, honestly, I'm not the the main group of people that's concerned, but like, I appreciate it. But when we were done, he was like, hey, you be safe going home. Like, please be safe. And I'm like, yeah, no, I will. Thank you so much. Like, I appreciate it. Another guy ended up finding me again later afterwards and was like, wanted my number. He knew I was from Minneapolis, so like, we were not probably gonna chat. But he texted me the next day and was like, hey, thanks for a good time, and then also like, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm on the train going home. And he was like, okay, great, text me when you get home. And so I was like, oh, well, thanks, I will. So I did text him when I got home, and he was like, glad you had a safe ride home, or like a safe trip home. Now take a shower, get some sleep, whatever, like, I'll talk to you. And I'm like, dude, we didn't even know each other's names. I appreciate it. Like, it's very sweet. Yeah, there was like a number of people that were very nice. Like, I had a bunch of people offering, like, if you ever come back to Chicago, you're welcome to stay. Like, if you need, or like, if I need, or if I ever needed a place to go for a little bit, like, I could always, which is crazy, but very, very nice, very sweet of them.
Generous. Not just anybody could afford to do that.
De Louverdin is not just anybody. He's
Say,
Duke
like,
Sam's
out of
youngest
anybody
son,
I've ever
Sam
hooked
of the
up with,
well-known family of gem
and
dealers.
gay men have a tendency to at least
One debt more or
care
less
a little
makes
bit
little
more about
difference
like
to
the
him.
aftercare portion too. Shout out. At least I don't get like a roll of toilet paper thrown at me by a buy menu. We'll address the fact that I am drinking Coke. I'm not happy about it. Free at work.
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
I've had a spell of bad luck lately. Should I agree to the
I mean, it was
Louverdin's
free.
offer
It's
and
not like I paid
lose,
for it.
I shall be in bondage
I
to him
didn't
for all
spend the money.
time.
I'm just taking the product. And I'm out of the Palestine cola. They were out of cola when I tried to order more. I'm sad. I'm hoping they are in stock. I need to check again. I'm out and I want more. I will say that shit's so good. As somebody who drank Pepsi religiously, it is good enough that like every time I drink Pepsi now, I'm like, it ain't the same. I don't want to drink this. It like Pepsi feels flat even when it's like fresh. Like even when I just crack it open, it feels flat because Palestine Cola has like such a good thing to it. It's got that high key carbonation. It's because it doesn't have fucking corn syrup in it, I'm sure, because it is that shit is spicy. Like not actually spicy, but like it's got some high key carbonation. It's so carbonated I will leave it out overnight, and I went like I've tried to pour it out the next day. That shit's still fizzing. It's crazy. I'll win the race for you.
Let's do this. I'll enter the race. You'll bet on me, win, pay your debts, then give me the placards.
You are that good a rider?
Far from the worst. Go tell the Count you accept his offer.
Out of my way, I'm gonna block you, because the stamina in this game for my horse is not great. I see my horse's stamina to hold out a little longer, I think. Come on, Roach. Come on. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you. There we go. Jesus.
Hey there.
That's the only way you can win these fucking races, man.
I never expected this. May I ask to what I owe this generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary in time, just as soon as I settle my obligations.
Fine. See you there.
Why am I heavy? What did I get? Oh, a new mastercrafted saddle. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, we fancy now. We fancy now. No, I haven't. Does it involve horseback riding? Is it like I forget what they call it. I don't know. Look at Roach's fancy ass saddle. We're riding in style now. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are for. I mean, I know what cross country skiing is. I just don't know what if there's like. You just mentioned it in regards to the horseback. That's why I was like, does it have any? But now it's fine. What kind of new technique?
That's it, Roach.
Oh my god. I don't like rolls in this game. Why am I stuck? Why am I stuck? Fences everywhere. Jesus. Why do I keep getting stuck? Hello? Roach, come on. I gave you a new saddle and all of a sudden you can't walk. I know these like high back saddles were for your back and stuff like that, but man, the front, like, part that like is also supposed to help hold up your, like your abdomen. It just isn't. You gotta be able to move. You gotta be able to move your hips and shit. That shit just limits it. I am excited. We're supposed to. It's gonna be 50 this week, which is gonna be crazy. Like, I'm already wearing like just a sweatshirt now that it's 35 degrees because I've adjusted at this point. Shout out. So I'm like, yeah, 35 degrees feels nice compared to, bro.
Look awfully suspicious to me.
So
Tramp.
when it's gonna be 50, I'm gonna be out there like every other fucking Minnesotan in like shorts and goddamn t-shirt. I can't be in shorts. Back. No shorts on horseback. That's uncomfortable. Oh, I might have seen this. I wonder what makes that different. Like, damn. Like, I wonder what, how would you go up the hill? Yeah, I mean, like, because it just looks like it's just
Go.
fast, but like, that it is crazy. I'm trying, that's all I'm just trying to figure out, like. It is
Spells.
impressive.
On my honour. An elf's honour? Where you coming?
Hey there, handsome.
Music.
I do remember.
Though I hope they
Hi, thanks for dropping
As they
in.
say, a bard must be a
Jesus
quick
Christ.
talker, and a witcher.
All's in order. We start in G major,
And stash things down. Do you have anything that's good for me to take? Nope, everything's worse. Everything is. Oh, Up 80. What? Do I not have a sword right now? What's happening? Oh, why do I have the? Why do I have this? Fuck. There we go. I was gonna say, I was like, why would I have not? Oh, but I'm level 17, so I can have this. Ooh. Much better. Much better. Level 18. I mean, I'm almost there, but I'll put it back. Lighten my load a bit. We'll put the nice clothes away. We'll keep those just in case. I need to sell these. That's heavy. Recent battle. Oh! Well then. I guess the saddle I have isn't better. 25 stamina. Yeah, why wouldn't I just mastercraft this up? Stamina versus 50. Oh. Mac. Can't see. I need to sell things. Then we will go. Hold on. I'll talk to Dandelion in a second. I need to sell some things real fast. Everything's heavy. There's a merchant over there. Quick.
Is she?
Everything is.
You're the only one here's
Oh.
made a mistake. Now step up.
I wanted to. Okay, I guess now we have a new
Leave him
quest.
alone.
Hi.
And who might you be? Temple guard undercover?
Well, I tried. But all in all, it's not my problem.
Oh, what? What?
That's all I have on me.
Ain't much.
Sod up. Oi!
You tried to
Oh,
be
I
a
thought it was.
smart ass.
God damn it! I thought it was gonna be like. That's lame. I thought it was gonna be like we fight. I did not that I just walk away. The fuck? Great, there goes my merchant. Now I gotta find a new one. I feel like that's like.
Oh.
I got glassed him. I got glassed him.
Black ones, Redanians.
Only the opposite. I wanted to fight, and then I didn't.
What was it happened?
I'm referring to there's like a famous Borderlands scene where you have an option while you're talking to somebody at a bar, and you have like an option to where it says glass him, and so many people think, and I would too, to be honest. So many people think that what they're referring to is giving him another glass of alcohol, like asking for another round. And instead, what it is the guy picks up the glass tumbler and just bashes the dude in the head with it and breaks the glass over his head and starts a brawl. Like, just literally just beat, like, right. And so everybody's reaction to that was like, what do you... No, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I was trying, like, I wasn't trying to fight. I thought I was giving him a glass, like, with like whatever. No, I got the opposite here. Like, I got glass him, where like, I expected that to be, well, I tried, as in like, well, I was gonna be reasonable, but now we're gonna fight, and instead, apparently I just walked away from that, and let them steal everything from the merchant. Like, that wasn't my intention. I thought I was, I was gonna brawl. Like the hell? Alright, I guess we'll go back to Dan. Walking around here, I'm wasting my time. I lost my one merchant because I picked the wrong dialogue option. Mac, if you're gonna come up here, can you please?
I think I'm in love.
Please lay down. Oh. Alright, Dandelion, I'm coming. I don't want to walk like this. I need to sell these saddles. They're so heavy.
G major, and
I've told you.
Well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
no,
It's so fancy in here now.
no, not all. But I'd imagine something more, more theatrical.
Don't you like it? But I thought a boudoir would be right in line with your tastes.
Oh, you chose it. Well, I'm not saying it's bad, just different. Not exactly what I'd envisaged. Now that I think about it, you're absolutely right. A boudoir's the perfect setting for a cabaret. What about
Good recovery. Good
Did you
job,
get
bud.
the placards?
you
Roderick said
almost
he'd bring
lost
them
it,
on his
but
own.
good
Should
recovery.
be here soon.
Great. The best way I can
Dandelion's
think
over
of
here
to promote the chameleon.
becoming the man from the hot tub. No! You picked it! No, it looks great! No, I'm rainbow sexual. It's not the Rosemary and Thyme anymore?
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary and Thyme wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just a better ring to it all round.
How do you know about chameleons? Who's got chameleons in it? Is there an exotic pet trade that I don't know about?
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
Seems my cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Sure. We'll drink.
Why not?
That's my boy.
Why not? I don't get drunk easy anyway.
The foreman mentioned
That's the
he saw
downside
you
to
and
being
Priscilla
one of the
talking.
downsides to being witchers. You
He's
don't really
all
get
right.
drunk on shit.
And she say anything about me?
Yeah, she said you're fat and you smell. Praise your rationality. Don't remember. Man, I don't like any of these options. If I say that you're fat and you smell, is that a joke? Am I about to get glassed in again? That sounds like a joke too. Don't remember, why do you ask? Also sounds like we're dismissing. I feel like if it's the first option, it's still the nicer option. I feel like this is the one that is a joke. Usually the first one. We're gonna go with it. I'm so sorry, Dandelion, if it's not.
Uh-huh. She said you've gained some weight, and that you should bathe more often.
Very funny,
Yeah, okay,
Geralt. Shove it.
Well, well. Never thought I'd live to see the day. Dandelion living in monogamy.
I've always been monogamous. Well, near enough. I just changed muses often.
Priscilla, another one for your collection?
No, she's its crowning glory.
One thing's eating me. How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Ugh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the Cloak and the Dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am?
Dandelion.
What
do you mean, who I think
she
you
knew
are?
how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time.
Am I
So
gonna
it's
go
true.
rescue?
A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion!
Yep.
Priscilla, she's
What? Speak, man.
badly, been attacked. They took her to Volmerius Hospital.
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable.
So dramatic.
Beg your pardon, but you
is rough,
are
though.
a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
Oh. This was no robbery.
So this was no ordinary attack, no robbery.
Clearly not. It was the act of a demented mind, and not its first.
How
Serial
can you know
killer?
that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week,
Am I hunting a
corpse
serial
turned up
killer?
in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart? You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him. And kill him.
Don't need any convincing.
Yeah.
Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Dandelion's about to get his licks in. Let's go. Gonna lay down. Yeah.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers. Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
You lead.
I should have dropped my stuff.
So, preventive medicine you pray.
He wants to eat the corpses. I don't know really. There we go.
It's in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowning victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the... Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon. Come on!
I'm coming. I'm glad we did this before we went to Skellige. Why are we not on this quest? I mean, it's probably gonna be like a monster or something like that. Maybe like a... No heart. Not vampiric.
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
What typically eats a heart?
It's her voice that concerns me. Surely you
Is that a werewolf
understand
thing?
what a terrible blow that would be to a Troberits. Enough to strip her of the will
The
to
acid's
live.
weird though.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count. Take the ladder. Place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Human. Wrong body type. Looks like necrophages got to this one.
All the alcohol. Do this.
This isn't it. Human. Wrong body type. Let's keep looking.
Wait, I know this.
But of course. Yes?
This our man? It looks like it.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Hey, Geralt's
Well.
seen far worse than whatever we're about to see here. Alright, let's... Not expecting you. Alright, Ed.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt. Like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Sockets.
There's burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
Yummy. Liver? Oh, ooh.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. I'm afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
There's a lot happening.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin. An incision. But the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why
They
his
poured
throat
formaldehyde
scalded.
down their throats?
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor.
Well, to be fair, Carol, you barely have a sense to begin with.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
As in, possibly contracted it, or... Poor Geralt. Just... wasn't expecting that.
Alright. Think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
Definitely feels like ritual.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirance was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Something to do
Why'd you cover
with
for
the
us?
Cult of the
I
Eternal
was covering
Fire.
my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't
Joachim
approve
is
of your
such an
willfulness,
interesting
I also wish to see
pronunciation
this
of Joachim.
murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case? I will let you know.
I guess it... I mean...
Thank you.
Joachim is not how I've heard that pronounced in my life. Though to be fair, when I was younger, there was a book I read in the main characters was named Joaquin. I'd never seen the name Joaquin spelled when I was younger, so I kept thinking it was Joaquin, something like that. Or said it in front of my friend who is from Mexico, and she was like, Joaquin, and I'm like, is that it? Oops, my bad. How was I supposed to know? Mac, will you lie down? Thank you. Oh, lie down.
Nathaniel, who is he?
A scoundrel, a rogue, like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer, delighted especially in torturing women.
Oh wow!
Later,
and that's
Hierarch
something.
Hemmelfart
Doesn't that
appointed him to
sound-
oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job.
Interesting.
Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet.
They were lovers.
What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Who pronounce it?
Oh, come on, you know.
Good thing I'm not British.
Oh!
Alright, we'll go.
Eternal fire. So, how do you go with this?
Knock knock, let me in.
Anyone home?
Begone, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid much, lie down. Come on in. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
Where are the? Oh, there's the doggos. I was
What'll
like,
it be now?
goddamn.
Just Meyer?
Name it.
Cane Corso
I'll
on
be closing it
steroids.
down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family, or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenfurt, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze, and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. What do they care about some dwarf?
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
Nay. 'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, he were a good dwarf, a craftsman like no other. But he were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd
Unfortunately, we
say,
know that.
let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
I think I know why he's
City
upset.
Cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pont said a fever took her.
We've talked enough.
French.
Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Murderer dragged something heavy. Statues. Or a corpse.
Stern citizens, remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. Fire can warm with its flames, fire can prepare our nourishment, fire can drive off the horrors of the dark, yet fire can also scorch, burn, and incinerate. This is why we must live in harmony with eternal fire and its commandments. Whoever fails to heed its lessons, whoever lives in ignorance of it, whoever mocks it, the same shall lose his life in its flames. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your... Not anything different from what I've heard from so-called... Obviously. Why won't it let me observe this?
Aye.
Not.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Yep.
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless... formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
We doing lots of investing.
Watch it, Tran.
Hey, handsome.
Another concerned citizen sermon. The exact same one.
Human. Priscilla's.
Grab him! Sis. That him.
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
A brazier. This time of year?
Come on! Is he? Kill him!
What's wrong with y'all? Why are you hitting? Why are you coming after me?
That's it, you're in for it!
Time to end this.
Why am I getting attacked?
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find
Interesting
anyone who
accent.
might know
'Cause she
something.
said
Fear I
heard.
can't help you
I
much.
heard.
But I can tell you what I know.
That word stuck out to me so much. Just heard.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Take care now.
So this has just been happening.
I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you
Jack
didn't
the
disturb
Ripper,
me.
it just
Naturally,
exists.
we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything
Yeah.
else here.
Oh, my head's ringing.
Man's footprint. The murderer's, maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back.
Why is your ass?
What's in the box? Yeah, I mean, it's a very. I recently rewatched the movie. The contraption for lust always still freaks me out, though. That's.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
It's dropped them. Plain as that.
You, Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue?
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like he was.
No ice,
he
no
was
art. One of them,
freaked
right?
the fuck out, which understandably
no,
so.
neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly,
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
had to cut her into
like
pieces to fit her
very
in my
fascinating,
wheelbarrow.
especially like the
Slippery sow, they called her.
was
on
it
account of
Sloth?
her.
Some
That
things
one?
are best left unsaid.
guy who
What
was
happened
there
to
for
the
like a whole
pieces?
year that he had like removed
What do
his
you
like
mean?
tongue and
Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one.
I forget
shame
what
that
else he.
was.
I don't remember
Shame?
what else he did. Was it
Why?
he removed his?
Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
Yeah, he technically survived. He just is basically comatose for the rest of his life. Like he just doesn't. He just ain't there.
You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets, made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you a tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
I'd advise you not to anger me, or you'll get an inside tour of the crematory.
Touch me, the guards will be hiding your ass for you count of three.
To save a little shit like you? Doubt it.
These clever lads, more cleverer than you. They know Eustace, know they want me on their side, 'cause you'll all die one day, and then I'll decide where your body winds up. A grave, the crematorium, or elsewhere.
Really, I have to. Hold on.
We'll meet again.
Aye, when I load you into me wheelbarrow.
I don't want to pay 200. That's okay. You know why? Because I have a secret weapon. Because I have delusion level 2. Need to put it in.
What, you are the thinking? Won't?
Talk. What did you find on him?
I had you wish. Triflings, baubles, glass beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Deserved.
Oi, fucking hell! What was that for?
For everything.
Get wrecked. That was a pretty solid punch too. That was him like fully like, all right, back we go.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter. And I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
By the way, you and von Gratz don't exactly get along. Why is that?
I had him sent to prison. You see, Joachim led the student protests in 1242, a senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision. Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
You look a little young to be von Gratz's teacher. I also agree with that.
How old's von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
Yeah, I don't trust like that. That. Do you also take ivermectin? Is that like what are we? What?
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad.
I fucking use Stakian tubes, Itchy! Ah.
Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it.
It's my Eustachian, the tube that connects from your ear down to your throat.
Storeroom.
It's that tube.
Hard to be fond of
itchy.
someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Usually it feels better if I find that it's easiest to itch it if you like if I stick my finger in my ear and then wiggle it around like that. It helps. It like somehow alleviates it, but it's not great. I want to stick something down in there so bad. Ah.
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage.
I get it so often.
What's this?
Apparently it's most likely from allergies and stuff like that, but
Made of human
But
skin.
yeah, you stake
A
into
message from the murderer.
yeah,
The name of his next victim.
those tubes that connect your.
Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Oh. The sinuses. It's what connects your from your ear to your throat. And it can get like irritated, and it causes you to it like itches simultaneously. It feels like an inner ear itch, but also like you can literally feel it in like your jaw, throat, because it literally is that. So like all you can do is kind of massage it from the outside, or like I said, like do the best I can to itch it from my ear. Or like sometimes you can like if I like clench my esophagus and kind of like almost like scratch the inside of my esophagus, that helps too. If that makes sense. Hard to explain. It is one of the worst places to get an itch though, because it's like there's not a lot of things you to like really scratch it. Okay, like now it's not that like sits like in your too far up. It's all the way. So like I don't know, massaging it on the outside helps. I've heard like putting heat can help and stuff like that, in the same way that like, you know, hot water feels good on like dry skin, doesn't itch and stuff. Makes it drier, but like it feels good. Yeah, like, I get it all the time. It'll fade, but
What you got there? Drag.
Oh, I wish my man was brave.
Mac, literally your head is right in the middle of my screen. I can't see you.
Ah.
Yeah. No, we should. I'm low on health. Oh, hi. Are you also praying with me? Come here, Roach. Let's go. Mac, once again, can't see.
Damage!
I can't see, but you are literally taking up my entire field of vision. I gotta play by looking at OBS right now.
In.
Oh!
Out of my way! Out of my way! Mac, I can't see it. No, I can't see, buddy. I can't see. Over, buddy. You can chill out. He's like, no, I demand all the attention. You've been gone all day. And you were gone all weekend.
Run, Roach. Faster.
Nope, I didn't. No, get down. Well, Roach can hang out there. Come in.
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, I'll throw my ass out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Yeah. Mac.
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now, I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
No time to explain. Trust me, please.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious. Please,
It hasn't stopped raining this whole time. It just keeps raining in this game.
A fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
Mother seems sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith.
Mac,
A rather
I swear to God.
serious one. We'd been to Novigrad.
Lay down.
Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Not a headache again. Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests. He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Hold on, I'll read that in a second.
Spread out! Murderer's still here! There he is! Get him!
Not me. I mean, probably. I mean, the game is still... Nah.
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery! Taking you to the heiress!
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
Aye, aye.
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name but the place too. Won't get away this time. Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Me. Out of my way. Off to Cripple Kate's we go. Oh, if we'll finish this in before. I mean, we might. If we're in the middle of like a fight or something, I'm not gonna. I don't know how many steps to this.
Snails come out after the race.
Quest. Repair. We'll probably see.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
I will, in fact, be disturbing them. You can't stop me.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet
Oh,
again, you
and
disturb
look at
me.
that. Who
And
could
I
it
so
have been?
dislike being disturbed.
The torturer.
I was to play
Imagine
with
that.
sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
Try it, you bastard.
Dude didn't even stand a chance. Damn.
You're free now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If not for you. He asked if I did everything, and I said, for the right price, of course. And then he smiled. Oh, God, it gave me the shivers. And then he hit me so hard I passed out. I was bound when I came to. And he was hitting the poker in the fire.
Calm down. He won't hurt you anymore. He won't hurt anyone.
That's all he has on him? The poker? Nothing better? Damn. Well, we killed a serial killer. I'm actually surprised that literally was so fast. That dude did not stand a fucking chance. Holy hell. So mission's almost over. I killed the killer. Nathaniel, the guy from the or Church of the Eternal Fire, the former torturer turned Church of the Eternal Fire guy. Yeah, he was the guy that was doing it. And so he had tied up this brothel worker and was
Just a bit more and I'll
about to start torturing her, and he came up and of course and then we had a moment of like, all right, well, try it, bastard, like, because he was like, oh, I'll cut you down where you stand, and it's like, all right, well, we'll see. And I literally killed him in 3 swings. Like, wasn't even a fight. He's now a bloody pile on the floor. Like, didn't even take much.
Ow!
I was just shocked by how, like, fast I killed him.
Sleep, sleep.
And then we got a camera full of boobs. For a second.
No loitering round here.
Talk to Dandelion. Because I was literally just saying, I was like, well, if you know, we're in the middle of like a fight, then I'll continue, you know, to finish this this quest. But then the fight's over. Now I just gotta finish the last steps of the quest. The door? Man, someone...
How's
better, right?
Yes.
I'm surprised she can talk when he
Did you take care of
attempt to stab her lyrics.
what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. For me and Priscilla.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Broccolon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe...
Yeah.
She might even
just
sing
just
again
in
someday.
time.
For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Yay! Now we can head to Skellige. What a good place to start. Got 2 minutes. I will at least get us to the shipyard, probably. That way I don't forget by next week. Because every time I load in this game, I'm like, I don't remember the fuck we were doing. Great. I just walk in. Another dead body.
Heart removed. Embers where the eyes should be.
We just had...
And a letter. Wasn't Nathaniel.
Oh.
Damn it.
Oh, there's more! I thought it was just we accidentally... God damn it. You're looking for a servant. The eternal fire was flames behind you.
the runs off now.
Why are people screaming?
So, how you go with this?
I mean, it very well could be. Like, it could be that guy. It could also be the other guy, like the autopsy. Another one? God damn, they're everywhere. Remember, dear people, that a fire once lit cannot be stopped, that it consumes everything in its path, and only ceases to rage once all has been turned to ash. Men cannot flee this element, and that if they bow before it, if they let it into their hearts, they too turn to ash. Search then your consciences and live in accordance with the church's dictates, for the time for penance has passed. Cool. Damn, Geralt, come on now. You're embarrassing me. Alright, so now we're here. Okay. Well, we will, I mean, I guess we'll see if, I'm sure what's gonna happen is we'll continue to find bodies, like, kicking the quest, because as far as I know, quest line. So, right now, we're just looking to get to Skellige, so we will finally go to the Viking section, on Tuesday. So, yeah. Well, that was good. We got a decent amount of, I mean, that was a long ass. I guess not. But it had a lot of steps. It had a lot of parts to it. Yes. Half talking, half playing the game. Yeah, there's still 17. So many things. Yeah, we'll be off to Skellige and continue on with the main quest. We'll continue on with to Skellige and then continue on with the main quest for finally, because we haven't done any of the main quest for a while. Alrighty, see you next time. Have a good night. See you later. Goodbye.